Hey guys, welcome to the video. In this video, Jake, John, Sarah, Dave, his sister Caitlin, and myself all decided to go back to the Punisher warehouse to investigate again. Be sure to drop a like on the video and please don't forget to subscribe. It's a small click for you guys, but it means the absolute world to us. And don't forget to watch all the way to the end for some of the funny moments that happened throughout the night. Thank you all for watching and enjoy. Alright, so we're here back at the Punisher warehouse. Got John, Jake, Dave. Dave's sister went to tag along, and the lovely woman herself, Sarah. So to start off the investigation, John, Sarah, and Caitlin decided to stay over by the ramp area. We sent Jake by himself over to the bathroom area, and then me and Dave decided to go to the storage area where I have a Tesla coil set up with copper wire making a circle in the storage area just to kind of see if it amplifies things. So as John is filming Sarah and Caitlin on the other side of the ramp, you can see this weirdly shaped mist just pass in front of the camera.
They will, like, they should settle. They should settle, like, where, because they were originally used to detect water.
Yes.
Detect water.
Yes.
So coming up, Jake has been by himself for about 10 minutes just asking questions and really hasn't gotten any responses. But you can hear a bang off in the distance, and then right afterwards you can hear a voice come through saying, "Never come back here." So if you listen closely, you can hear what sounds like a disembodied hum.
Are you something that's, do you not want people here? Do you want people to leave and just, you want this building to yourself? If that's the case, cross them. Yeah, that's what.
Oh my god.
So coming up, Sarah asked a question if whatever was in the warehouse was summoned there by like some kind of like ritual or whatever. And you can see the rods cross. But after the rods cross, you can hear a slight whisper say, "Yeah." And then right after that, an orb shoots out of the dowsing rods.
Were you summoned here by somebody doing some type of ritual or witchcraft? Somebody open a portal? For yes, cross the rods.
Look at how
Okay.
steady
Yeah.
my hands are.
Yeah, and they're just moving. Yep.
And not even 5 seconds after this, you can hear a slight whisper. So coming up, you can hear what sounds like a whistle coming from the hallway that Jake is in.
Honestly, there is a lot of burial areas in like this area.
Really?
Yeah.
If
Was
this
this-
was once Native American land, can you point to me?
John's Native American. Are they spread open again?
The one moved to you, but not much, just a little.
If this was Native
Oh! No way! Whoa!
So now at this point, me and Dave decide to join up with Sarah's group by the ramp. And I have a motion sensor set in front of the doorway over by the storage room. And as soon as we get over there, we're kind of like talking or whatever. And you can hear the motion sensor go off by itself over by the storage room. But Jake is all the way by the bathroom, so it wasn't him and it wasn't any of us.
I literally
It left
asked
the
if
food
that
box.
was if it made.
Alright, we need to go
Oh
over
my
there.
God.
Hey girl, come on. Let's go.
So something goes faster here.
So at this point, I decided to go over to the storage room by myself and stay over there for a little bit while Jake comes out of the bathroom area and goes over towards the ramp to go do a spirit box session. Meanwhile, the rest of the group decide to go over towards the bathroom section. So before Sarah, Dave, John, and Caitlin reached the bathroom section, the SLS caught a figure by a group of boxes. Now, could it be mapping the boxes? Possibly, but you could see the foot of the figure form on the floor away from the boxes like it's almost standing in front of them, not on top of them.
See? Look, it's just standing there.
I wonder, yeah, that's not the boxes.
No,
Why would it
'cause
come
look
up
at
No,
above the
it's
boxes?
now it's a human figure
a
with
head.
arms and legs.
Yeah.
And
Whoa, whoa.
Bastard.
it's right there. It's right where you looked.
Are you kidding?
It's sitting on that box.
Hi.
Like up. It's actually on, yeah, like that box.
You're up top. Hi.
So coming up, I've been sitting in that storage room by myself for about 10 or 15 minutes, and this whole time I've been waiting for the motion sensor light to go off. It finally went off, but seconds later, it turned back on, but nobody was over there and I was not close enough for it to go on. There we go. Wait. There's no way. I just flickered on, or off, rather, and then it just turned back on. I was sitting right there. What the hell? So at this point of the night, I've had enough being around that Tesla coil. It started to make me feel tired and sick. So I decided to leave that area and go over to where Jake is by the ramp. So coming up, me and Jake have been around the ramp for about 5 or 10 minutes, and we really didn't get too much coming through the spirit box. But coming up, a voice comes through the spirit box, and it sounds almost identical to John's voice.
Where is that? It's Native American land. Can you point to me? Is there any...
That was another thing. I kept hearing John's voice coming through this, and I just heard it again. It sounds like John's voice. It's
Not gonna lie,
mimicking
that
John.
actually did.
Huh?
Not gonna lie, that actually did sound like John's voice.
So coming up, another about 10 minutes have passed, and we're just sitting there doing the session with the spirit box still, and then you can hear what sounds like almost like a screech, but then like a second or two afterwards, the motion sensor goes off, which is right over by the storage room. But me and Jake were by the ramp, and everyone else was by the bathrooms, so it was none of us.
Holy f-
Hey, where are you guys at right now?
Hallway by the bathrooms.
Is everyone with you except for Jake?
Indeed.
So at this point, I decided to stay around the equipment table, while Dave, Sarah, Caitlin, Jake, and John decided just to stay around the skate ramp.
Is your back in here? Can you stand in front of my camera? Camera?
So coming up, if you look over by the bikes, you can see a mist form from the top of the screen and kind of fade down towards the bikes.
For some reason, it doesn't affect me much. If I can spread more so.
It might tonight or tomorrow though.
So coming up, keep in mind, what I said in the last video was that the owner of Punisher would travel to China frequently, and he thought he came back with something attached to him from China. So coming up, you can hear what sounds like a voice coming through the spirit box saying, "I'm from China."
you to say it for me clear that you want the spirit box off. Answer.
Clear as day.
Wow.
Answer. That was so clear.
Can you say it for me one more time? Answer.
So at this point, I'm kind of fiddling around with the equipment over by the table area, and everyone else is over by the ramp. Now, if you listen, you can hear the motion sensor go off once again, but nobody is anywhere near there, and we are all accounted for.
Static.
That's not me.
Brad, is that you?
Nope.
Nope.
I was standing right over there. Something smacked that door, and then I heard that.
So round 2 at the warehouse did not disappoint. We had just as much activity as the first time we were there, and also captured one of the best pieces of evidence from the spirit box that we have ever gotten. The erratic activity throughout the building has made it almost impossible to figure out. Just days after we left, piles of flies began to form in one of the rooms. This place is a mystery. I don't think the warehouse is done with us just yet. And now on to the funny moments.
What do you tell me to run from?
Oh my god. Oh, you scared the shit out of me.
Oh, camera, there she goes.
Yeah, but it was just sitting there. How did the aux cord just randomly... Something might have tugged at it.
Oh, why did I do that?
Ah, I can't get my heart.
Mm.